Hey guys, welcome to Coaching with Chris. By the way, if you haven't figured this out, background's different. You know why it's different? Is because we are live and I'm interviewing Jason Dupont from NEXA, and I think you're going to really enjoy this conversation. Not only his background and how he got there, what's he doing today and where he sees the future. AI, I'm telling you guys, if you're not prepared and prepped for AI, like I feel, I get to talk to amazing leaders across this mortgage industry, and Jason, he's just simply ahead of everyone. So make sure you catch the little things he says because it could help change your mortgage career. Jason, welcome to Coaching with Chris.
Wow.
What do you mean? Hey, I love this suit, this new outfit, this new the new haircut.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
Well, I'm trying to go shorter. Am I getting there?
Yeah. I mean, don't go this short. It's bad.
Oh, I did bick it once.
You did?
I did.
Over a bet or?
You know, my wife hates it. She hates it when I do it. But every now and then you get out of the shower when your head's freshly cut. And you kind of get cold when you move around.
I do know that. It has a temperature. Anything below 50 needs a cap.
There you go.
So anyways, you've been in the mortgage business. I think everybody in the mortgage industry knows your name. I've watched you, have saw you. But do they know the start of you? Because your bicycling career to mortgage and retired and then back in, like walk me through that little journey of your mortgage career, because I think everybody listening today is pretty curious, like, how did Jason get here today?
Yeah, this is my 30th year.
I can't believe it.
30th.
You got me beat.
No.
Yes.
Wait, when did you start?
27 years.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 2027.
Yeah.
How does that work?
No.
Okay, so started with a company called Whirlwind Acceptance. Well, I worked at a bank, worked at B of A.
Okay.
Did new accounts, everything from OTMA accounts, relationship sales. Try to get as many different relationships sold to the client as possible. And from there, I started doing a lot of HELOCs. Kind of interesting.
Nice transition.
Yeah, and I wanted to get into mortgage, and this is what they told me: don't do it.
Really?
It's boring. You'll hate it.
My dad told me that.
Yeah?
He said, Chris, don't do it. You spend too much money, and the bad times are bad, and the good times are good. Don't do it. And I go, what if I just fix the way I spend money? He goes, well, then you could do it.
Sounds like that's what you did.
It was pretty good advice.
So for me, that made me want to do it more. Like being told, you can't do this. It's not worth it. Don't do it. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm all in. So I started with a company called Whirlwind Acceptance. Yeah, a little brokerage. And we did a lot of hard money loans, a lot of this was 96. So it was a completely different time. But this is my experience. So for all those that start today, that they have no clue, they need training, they're working 2 jobs. I mean, here I am. I went to training for 2 weeks. Learned my calculator, learned how to calculate APR, learned how to do all these things. And this is what they told me. And by the way, this is unpaid. Go get a loan. Go get a loan.
Go get a loan.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do.
Right.
I had no clue. I had no realtor relationships. I'm a kid. I'm like young 20s.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm going to go door knock South Phoenix.
What?
Door knock South Phoenix. And that's how I got my first deals, is I would door knock, and I would just have fun and talk to them about payment savings, because it was all about payment savings back then.
Yeah, for sure.
I can consolidate all your debt into your home. I can do these different things, and that's how I got my first deals.
Go back for a second before we go forward. Like, what did you have to do to get over the fear, or didn't you have the fear of this door knock? If I asked 10 loan officers today, hey, look, today we're going to have a door knocking contest. You guys are all going to go door knock. Whoever gets the first loan wins.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd get them to do it.
So I grew up very, very poor. Like nothing. I mean, there was a time in my life where I'd be embarrassed to bring people over because we had like cement floors and everything was tore up. It was hard. And so it kind of messed with me from a financial point of view. Well, I had just got married, Chris. I couldn't fail this woman.
Yeah.
So any fear I had to put that aside and say, you know what? I'm going to knock these doors. I'm going to do what is the most uncomfortable thing to do, because I have to take care of this person that now I committed to for my life, for eternity, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
So that's how I overcame that thing. It's just
because you had a why.
I couldn't lose. I couldn't fail. I'm not going to let myself do that. And so every day I was like getting up and saying, what can I do today that's difficult? And then doing it.
So you transition. You got a loan.
I got my first loan.
1 day, 2 day, 3 day, week.
It took a couple days.
Oh, it did.
But my very first loan, she had a free and clear house and she had a car. Remember, usury was different back then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
36% on her car. 36%.
Wow.
Different time. And so I refinanced her car into her home. Now I did extend the term out.
Sure.
But she had no credit. She had poor income. Now we did show a lot of payment things, especially going 30 years. But it was 18% interest. It was my first loan. It was a hard money loan. And I had no clue what I was doing. I just remember I went there and my boss told me, write this down. And so I went there in her house. And I was scared to death. I was at her kitchen table. And I wrote origination fee, $4,000. And I was like, okay. And then I hand calculated the APR. Then I did this. And we had Section 32. We had all these things, right? Here's the thing. It sounds horrible. It sounds like I took advantage of her. She's one of the best clients I've ever had. She would follow up with me all the time. We'd talk about how to pay this off early. We'd talk about 2 different things. She referred me probably the most customers of anyone in my entire career because she was so happy because I took her out of that situation she was in. And that was from a door knock.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
But how many would judge that scenario to the end? And then look what you did for her.
You made $4,000 on a $27,000 loan or whatever it was.
But you paid it off early too, I bet.
She did. Oh, for sure.
So then, now you're working for this broker. You're learning kind of how to go get loans, and you're doing it the old-fashioned way, I would say. I mean, we are kind of old-fashioned, you and I.
For sure.
And then now what happens?
So I decide I want to learn more about this industry, and I go to this place called Whirlwind Acceptance. Called AmeriQuest.
Oh, okay.
AmeriQuest.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So Roland Arnall, billionaire.
Yep.
Largest. How do I word this? Largest non-public mortgage company at the time, something like that. It was, and they had this philosophy. Their philosophy was every street corner that they're on, they can get a maximum of 4% market share. And so what they started doing is opening up different companies. So they opened up a wholesale division called Long Beach, I think. Then they opened another subsidiary, same exact company, different name, Town and Country Credit. And they actually had a third one that they opened too. And so did really well there. And when you talk about, I'm an old school phone guy. I love the phone, but back then I was scared to death. So I could go door knock because I was not afraid to fail.
Yeah.
But on the phone, this is the lie I had to tell myself.
Okay.
I had to do this to make the calls. What I would say is, they'll never know who you are anyways if you screw it up.
Every time.
Every call, I'd be like, I can do whatever.
But you could door knock.
But I could door knock. Well, I couldn't hide that, right? I'm there being a nerd in person, doing all these different things. But for the phone calls, I had to tell myself that. Now I'm the complete opposite after experiencing all that. I'm like, I want them to know me. I want them to know all my uniqueness, all my weirdness, because that's me, that's real. And I'm so big on being real, being vulnerable, creating that connection.
You are.
And you can't do that unless you're real. And especially those that say, fake it till you make it and all that stuff. I don't believe in that. I believe in just putting yourself out there and being willing to fail and then learning from it.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I went with them and they gave me a position where I moved up to Utah to open a branch for them at AmeriQuest. And we had our first kid up there. And my wife and I are from Arizona. And then I opened a brokerage up there called First Aid Finance.
First Aid?
First Aid. With a little red plus.
I love the name. I love it.
First Aid Finance.
Okay.
And did that for a while. Now, that was an interesting time because we had people that'd be short money to close. So maybe they were, after you threw in the closing costs and kind of wrapped it all in, maybe you'd be short $3,000 or $5,000. And so what I did is I developed a system where I would do the seconds. And so I wouldn't run into LTV problems, but the CLTV would allow me to maybe come behind with a $3,000, $5,000
because they didn't have all the CLTV requirements today, as in back then, yeah.
So I started amassing all these small, dinky little hard money loans, and sometimes I just would forgive them too because they were small enough, and sometimes I wouldn't, or sometimes they would just sit there and then they'd sell the house and get paid off then. Yeah, and there'd be different things involved with it. But that was kind of a secret there, is that a lot of loans that people couldn't do, I would think outside the box how to do them. You find a legal compliant way to do them, and then you help people out. And there's always that lens. Even growing up in that time, here, I'll tell you a funny story. I only ever did one neg am loan. in my entire career.
World Savings?
Only one's World Savings ever. And the reason why is because I didn't believe in them. But I found a business owner that I fully trusted. He understood how to do it correctly.
Yeah.
Where when he needed the extra cash flow, he could make the NEGAM payment. And when he didn't, he could pay extra.
Right.
So I never got really trapped in that world because for me it was like, how do I do what's best for the client? And that's always served me well.
Yeah. No, it served you good. So now you're owning your own first aid.
Yeah.
And you transitioned again?
I did. And so my wife and I, we wanted our daughter to be back by their grandparents and different family members. So we decided to move back to Arizona. So sold that and was here a little bit. And I worked with a guy named Tony Adkins at Pacific Coast Mortgage, which was here out of Arizona. Zach Arnold. Net branch was the term back then. And did that for a while. He was doing a bunch of streamlines and I was doing a lot of other things. We kind of combined forces, had a lot of fun. And the secret there, this was the secret back in those days, is we'd build these relationships with these different lenders. And we were just talking about account executives. The account executives would come around and they'd have their book and you'd fill up your binder with who did what. So do you remember ACO clips? ACO clips are the 2-hole punch clips.
Oh, yeah.
In the folders.
Yes,
a lot of people remember that,
and
right?
then you fold it over. Oh, yeah.
So my folders were always pink.
So they get noticed when you send them in.
So the underwriter would be like, that's a Jason Dupont file. That's a Jason Dupont file.
What a great idea.
Right? So like if I was 5th down the thing, mine automatically suddenly magically rose to the top because they like doing my loans. So it was phenomenal. And look, there's a lot of relationships like that. So I had my first daughter and I'd go to different lenders, right? And so I'd be talking to the underwriters. And this is just me, so I'll probably be judged for this too. But I used to walk around, her name's Arinda, just a little baby. And I used to walk around holding her just by her leg. So she'd be upside down. And she'd be in the office just laughing and all the underwriters would be like, what are you doing to that kid? It was nothing malicious.
This is when you went to the lender's office.
At their office.
Right, because everybody was there.
Everyone's there. Yeah, just went to their office. But the thing was, it wasn't for this, but this is a product of it where I learned this, is it became memorable.
Yeah.
So being memorable is important.
Yeah.
Because if people don't remember you, they're not going to know you. They're not going to do anything. And I wanted to have that. That's the Jason guy. So that helped me a lot.
Well, you're known as the pink folder.
I was.
What a theme we could do a lot of things with that with the pink folder. So, how did you get to NEXA then? I mean, you had all these years of experience.
I know. Well, I started a lead company, right? It's called M Leads, MLEADS. We did really, really well with that. It was phenomenal because everyone's paying for leads. I mean, we get $500,000 checks every month from New Century. We'd get all these, big accounts, countrywide. All these places are out of business now, right? And a lot of people that I meet today were like, "Oh yeah, I used to buy leads from your company way back then."
Yeah.
So that was phenomenal, which allowed me to retire. 07, 09, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Retire in 6 years ish.
Retired.
Didn't need to work.
Yeah.
Didn't ride a bike yet.
Didn't ride a bike
Got
yet.
fat.
You did?
So here's the thing is that I was in really good shape. I was doing a lot of sports, loving life. And I had this goal to be a millionaire before I was 30.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that was a cool goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all right. But here's the thing. I didn't have a what's next. I had a destination goal without a what's next. So I hit this. I'm done. Worst decision of my life. Now I've transitioned. I'm more journey based. I love the journey. I love everything along the ride. But that destination based idea doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I became complacent. I tried to be a good dad, tried to be a good husband, all those things. I didn't need to work. So I could do whatever I wanted every day. So with that, I lost my mojo. I lost all my drive, everything that made me me. When I talked about door knocking just because I wanted to survive,
Yeah.
I didn't have any of that.
No.
It's gone. And I wish I never went through that, but I'm also grateful I did because that's what's allowed me to do that. So I went to go donate blood. Okay. They wouldn't take my blood. Like, hey, we got to put you on statins. We got to do all these things. I'm not that old at that point. I'm in my 30s. So I said, you know what?
They wouldn't take your blood because you came unhealthy.
Because I came unhealthy. The levels were too high in all these aspects. And so I met this guy and I started working out and I started cycling. And that was a phenomenal journey because I slowly, through cycling, through winning races, through doing all these things, I started to get my mojo back. And I'm not a slow twitch person, which means that I can go forever, like long distance. I'm very fast twitch. I'm very good at sprinting. And so I decided to work on my weaknesses. So I had these races, and I do like 40 miles and just try to hold on to the end and then out sprint everyone. But I started doing longer races and longer races, so 100-mile races, 200-mile races. And I think I told you this before. We did a race called Saints to Sinners from Salt Lake City, Utah to Vegas. So
Oh my gosh.
that's 400 miles, right? So that
And
was
elevation.
and some decent elevation. Eventually worked my way up, went with a guy named Ben Dodge, and we went and did a race that was 1,200 miles and 131,000 feet of climb. Took 5.5 days, 2-man teams, called Race Across France.
Wow.
And that was, it broke me, but I had my mojo back. So I started helping a company in Scottsdale grow called AZ Home Loans. And we took them from about 5 loan officers to around 50-ish, which was phenomenal. In that time, my brother, who's 10 years younger than me, got in the business. And he was there about a year, and he's like, Jason, why don't you open your own shop again? Oh, I forgot. I actually had a shop in Arizona called Home Run Loans.
Home run
Loans. That was during the M Leads days. We had leftover leads. I needed a place to put them.
Sure.
So he's like, why don't you open your own shop again? And I said, okay. Yeah, that sounds good. But then I started looking at NEXA. I started doing a Benjamin Franklin list of all the benefits, pros and cons here versus here. And there was more time and more money available, which time's more important in my career because the nice thing is I don't even need to work, right? So I choose to do it because I'll never retire again.
Right.
But at NEXA, then opening my own shop, I'm like, wait, more time, more money.
So you really waited out.
Oh, I waited out.
And
it took me 9 months, which I'm a quick decision maker. That's an eternity for me.
9 months.
9 months from the time. Well, I went to the Why NEXA Thursday call. Sure. Learned about it, and then I'm like, I need to meet this Mike Cordes guy. Well, he doesn't really meet people. I'm like, I need to meet him. I don't care. So I went. They had an office at him. This is right before COVID. And I went and met him and had a really good talk. We aligned on a lot of things. I got to see who the man was. That's what I wanted to see. I want to look the guy in the eye and say, who
person
are
to
you?
person.
It's a relationship, right?
Yeah.
And from there, it took me about 9 months to come over after I met him because I went back and forth. I looked at things. Should I do this? I just wanted to be sure because for me, it was, and I know it's an eternity, but I'm all in. I'm all or nothing. And so you're not going to get me halfway in anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I join this thing, I want to go out. And I wanted to, they were all independent loan officers back then.
Yep.
No branches, no teams. I wanted to be the first team there. And so I did that. I formed the Dupont lending team there. And it was cool because that first year I was there, I wasn't even there a full year. And 2 of my loan officers made their president's club on my team.
Wow.
Which was awesome for them, right? So that's how I started with NEXA.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you probably have one of the biggest branches in NEXA.
So what I did was, I started recruiting outside my branch just to like join NEXA because there's this whole recruiting component. I was like, let's see it. And what happened was we had a lot of things on social media. Hey, this worked good. There's this 1-day close. Here's this. And so we wanted to trick the system. And when I say trick, because I did kind of cheat on this. But at UWM, I hold the record for fastest clear to close.
Okay.
Okay. Now it was timed. We got the underwriter involved and all that. Right. And it was an Earl, fully prepackaged. 54 minutes.
Okay.
From submission to clear. I was going to weigh out TRID, right?
Yep.
So I started posting those things up, and people would reach out and say, well, Jason, how are you doing this? Or what's this with this? And so I'm like, oh, I should help these other loan officers come over and kind of get some of the things I got. So started recruiting, became the top recruiter in the channel and all that. And it's funny because sometimes people would reach out to me and be like, you know, you'd actually be better over at this company. And they'd be like, why would you do that? Because they'd be better at that company. I want what's best for everyone else because that's what serves me well. Like that's to not have a scarcity mindset's everything. I know you totally align with this, Chris.
But your why is not money.
No.
Your why has nothing to do with it. You don't care about it.
I mean, I like money.
Sure.
But I have money.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, it's like it's a game and a score now. Right. Not to try to have the most money, but just to be like, I wonder what we could do with that. I wonder what we could do with that. Or to say, to someone that's making very little, I want to see what you do to get to here. Or what would your family be like if we helped you get to here? So in that, I started recruiting outside of my normal branch. I actually opened a second branch for a while with a guy named DJ and Chris. We kind of formed a branch called Fast Mortgage Closings. But I turned the Dupont branch over to Jeff when I went into the COO role. And so now I just manage this ginormous downline of hundreds and hundreds of loan officers. But I do it for all of NEXA too, not just for my downline.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And
so my why is, how do we get more people successful? How do we, it's not just products and price, even though a lot of it is price nowadays. It's how do you connect with people?
Yeah.
How do you show them your vulnerability?
Yeah. What do you feel like? I mean, you've been at NEXA for a long time.
6 years now.
Yeah. I mean, and it's changed a lot.
Oh, 9 days.
A lot. And I know that you've been in the backbone of a lot of those things. What's been some of the coolest things that you really feel like you've changed over the last year or so that you're excited for maybe an LO listening that's saying, maybe I should check this out?
Well, I think that some of the big things are when we went non-delegated correspondent, that changed a lot because we were peer broker. We were always going to be a peer broker. And one of the things that convinced Mike Cordes to do it was the fact that we give out that purchase advice. So now broker's completely transparent.
Yeah.
But anyone that's at a company in retail, IMB, they never see what the purchase advice is. They never see what the company's margins are. That's okay.
Yeah.
We wanted to be different and give that purchase advice where the loan officer could see where all the details of the transaction are, where all the money goes, down to the penny, which is super powerful. So that's a big one. All of our compensation changes help. I mean, look, the fact that we have this stuff coming out with servicing, the fact that we have where you can get up to 100% of what's in the loan a variety of ways, the products and all that. But for me, is everything next together is time. If a loan officer wants to come over and just do their thing and have more time in their life, they can. They can hire assistants. They can do whatever they want. And then AI. AI is changing the whole world for the entire industry.
I agree.
I mean, I just think about what you guys get to do with AI. It's insane, brother. It's insane.
I mean, to tease an LO of some things that NEXA is going to be bringing into the AI piece, what would be a couple teasers, or let me make it this way.
Okay.
What would be a great movie trailer?
Ooh.
A movie trailer for AI from Jason.
So this is going to sound a little bit counterintuitive.
Okay.
So I think that the loan officer that is the engineer brain goes away. And my thought is this: I used to have to hand calculate APR at someone's kitchen table. No one even knows how to do that anymore. Right? It's going to get to the point where you don't even need to know debt ratios, because AI is going to do all that for you. So the movie trailer is how that you can be a 7-figure LO annually without even really doing much on the loan, because what it is, it's all relationships. So we'd paint the trailer in that way, where I'm an Uber driver, or I'm at a bar with maybe someone on each side, or again, maybe go back to, I'm driving an Uber and I'm just getting people into my funnel, and AI is taking the rest of the way, because it's relationship now. Those loan officers, you're going to see kids that are influencers on like a TikTok. They're creators. They're going to crush it because they're going to be able to drive that traffic through their funnels.
I was at a conference the other day, and they were talking about a realtor that gets all of her leads. She's a real estate agent. She gets all of her leads by being an Uber driver in particular areas, because she speaks so many languages, and she helps all the new people that are coming into town.
I love it.
And no one can figure it out, and she's just closing deal after deal. But her lead generation is drive the Uber in the right areas. And I go, that's a win.
Yeah.
And that's outside of the box as well. What'd you learn that you would have done differently in your career of mortgage, that you're speaking to the new loan officer today, that you're like, look, here's a couple things that I learned along the way that I feel like would set you up for success?
I think if you can get rid of fear and realize that no one really cares, and always be yourself. So embrace who you are. I've told this story before, but when I owned my lead company, I had a guy that worked for me. His name was Tyler, and this is when Lord of the Rings came out. So it just come out in the theater.
Okay.
And the kid, he was the biggest nerd I've ever seen. The coolest kid, though, right? He just loved who he was, though. He never like if kids picked him in school, he didn't care. Like he did not care. And he came to work in cosplay, which they didn't have cosplay then. So he came to work dressed up as a hobbit. And the dude glued hair to his feet so he could be authentic. He didn't care. Didn't care. And you think about that. Think about that in today's world, like someone doing that. And today's a lot more loose on that stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't care. And I think to embrace who he was rubbed off on me so hard because I know that I made a shift in my own life right then seeing that.
Yeah.
Because even I'm joking. Like, I like to joke. So I'm like, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, so if you ask me what we could do is realize that if you're willing to put yourself out there and be real, you're going to have way more contacts, way more people supporting you. And I genuinely believe that people like to help other people. And so if we can take that lens versus people are out to get me when they're really not, we're going to be so much further ahead. And that helpful mindset of why am I doing this? Am I doing this to make money? Am I doing this for this? Well, those are nice side effects and those can be products of the equation. But how about consider doing it for what's best interest of the client? How can you not win? Those are the whole mantra, clients for life.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, wrapping up, but I always love asking, an interesting question that maybe you wouldn't think of, and you're hard to get on the spot.
Geez. Get me on the spot.
Yeah.
I want something good.
I don't know if it's that good, but like
we might have to do two.
We might have to do two. But what's one compliment that you didn't give in 25 that you want to give in 26 to someone?
Like who did I not compliment?
Well, or what would it be?
Like what?
You don't have to say who it is, but you can just say what would be that compliment.
That's a really hard one for me because one thing that
you're good at it.
I work really hard on is showing gratitude. I love to find 3 people a day that just a text and send them either a video message or voice memo or just a text just saying, hey, I want you to realize who you are and crush it today.
I love that.
The reason I do that is I don't need or want anything in return.
Yeah.
But I learned this a long time ago, and I don't know how to word it properly, so I'm just going to try.
Okay.
I think that in life, whether it's a relationship thing, a business thing, I think we're ostracized, or I think we're looked at unfavorably when we try to show love.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's almost like a weakness, like you shouldn't put yourself out there that much.
Yeah.
And my belief is the exact opposite. Be who you are and show what you want, but don't demand anything in return. And that's when you know it's real, because you're not doing it for something in return. You're doing it because I actually care and I actually want to see what's best for them. The key to it, though, is being real and having truly no expectations for anything in return.
It's scary.
Very scary.
Yeah.
Very scary. But the sooner we overcome that, the realize like if I want to tell someone, you know what, you look amazing today, and I don't care what they say in return, like that's a little bit more real than what I don't like. And actually, let me backtrack just a little bit.
By the way, this is probably the best answer I've ever received from this question, even though you didn't answer it, but you answered it.
I'm loving
this. You're doing amazing.
So,
tell me this other thing.
So there's a big difference in life for me between being nice and being kind. I think nice, I'm going to say bullshit. I think nice is bullshit.
It is.
And the reason why is I think it's used to fluff people. Hey, Chris, I love this jacket. Oh, it's so great, right? Do they really mean it? Or are they saying it just because of another reason?
Right.
Or maybe their hair is kind of messy today.
Sure. Let me get it. I'll get it.
Maybe it's so messy, but I'm like, hey, it's just like, it's fake. It's nice. A lot of times I use the word fluffing. It's a way to just.
It's not genuine.
It's not genuine. That's a great way to say it. But I believe in kindness. And kindness, I could say, hey, you know what? I've actually had a bald head, and I did enjoy it while I had it. My wife hated it, but I had it.
Yeah.
But you have a little thing out of place on there.
Yeah.
Right? But see what I did there? Like, I didn't do it in a mean way. I'm doing it with kindness, right? And I think you can tell I'm genuine. Like that one spot
I got it. It bothers me.
It's been bugging me.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I think, and I even worried about it, that it was like, but I need to check it.
I can say something that isn't maybe politically correct or just like being nice, but my tone and the way I'm looking at it is real. And so I think at everything in life, if we can look at it like, I want to be kind. You can be kind yet firm, and you can be kind to have hard discussions, hard talks, even with yourself. And that's kind of what maybe I want to circle this whole thing to is when we're nice to ourselves, we might be pumping ourselves up or being fake, kind of like I did. Oh, they'll never know me, right? That's a way of me kind of tricking myself to do something. But the kind thing is like, you know what? You've done this before. You did a great job. You're going to do great this time. Just do it and get through it. Yeah. And I think we get things better. I will say that in cycling, I learned that you know you're going the right way if you're going uphill, and that's because gravity is a biatch and it will always pull you down no matter how much you weigh. But also, you'll pass out before you die. Let's remember that. You will literally pass out before you die. So why not go all out?
That's right. I've never heard that. That's kind of scary to hear, but actually dead truth.
It's true.
It's dead truth, yeah.
So why are we worried so much? We're going to pass out anyways before we die. Right? Why are we limiting ourselves?
Yeah, right.
I'll tell you for everyone that's listening. Everyone thinks that they have limits and they think like, I've got to my limit.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about people that are going through severe hardship or some, out there. I'm talking in just general limits.
Yeah.
I will challenge anyone in here because there's very few people that can do this. It's like elite athletes and a very few other. Try to pass your limits and see what happens.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people think they have a limit, but they can go so much further. It's very rare that and I have met them, but there's very rare to meet people that can go so far past their limits that they will pass out before they die. So if you haven't passed out, you haven't hit your limit.
I know.
To use some stuff.
Is that pretty good? Guys, thanks for joining Coaching with Chris. Have you reached your limit yet? I think Jason just called us all out to be able to find our limits. But isn't it cool the difference between being nice and kindness? If you haven't checked out NEXA or even Windsor Mortgage, we would love to be part of the family. We would love for you to join.
Go Windsor.
Yes. And go Coaching with Chris. Make sure you share, like, and get this over to your friend. Maybe someone that needs to hear.
I gotta say something. We gotta do something a little different.
Yes,
a little different.
Yes.
You ready for this?
Yes, yeah.
If you don't share this, you're not doing the right thing. Share this because Chris is going to help millions.
See you guys. Thanks for Coaching with Chris.